Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to another video here on the channel, and this is a video that you've all been waiting for. I know some of you have been waiting for this, and we're going to be doing a podcast. Now, I don't know how often we're going to be doing this. I'm going to try and get a few different people here on the channel every few weeks maybe. Today I've got Malique Gaming here. Say hello, buddy.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
And yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know how this is going to go, guys. This is going to be completely unscripted. I don't even know what this series is going to be called yet. You know, the title might just be podcast number 1. I've got no clue. So I've got no how this is going to go, guys. So yeah, completely unscripted. Not going to pause or anything here. So we're just going to see how this goes. Probably talk for maybe about 10 minutes or so. If you guys have got any suggestions or name suggestions, just let us know in the comments. And I'll also put a link to Malique's channel in the comments section below as well, because he's an alright guy. So we'll get him. We'll shout him out for him.
Thank you.
But I thought our first topic of conversation should be, because we're both big Star Wars fans and big Battlefront 2 fans, obviously. I think it definitely came as a bit of a surprise when Battlefront 2 ended. I know you started your channel a bit later than a lot of other people, but you've definitely made yourself a big member of the community, I have to say.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, definitely. You guys, I remember watching you guys do Battlefront, and me just playing Battlefront back then, it was just a hobby. It was just something I enjoyed. Like you mentioned earlier, at the start of this, big Battlefront fan, big Star Wars fans in general. And, it was pretty cool, just watching you guys play Battlefront and be I was, while I was watching, I was learning, trying to pick up on new things I could potentially practice myself. And I remember, I think I found your channel maybe around when you had maybe around a 2.8k mark, maybe, or 2.5k, something around there. And I was thinking man, this whole YouTube side of things really seems pretty cool. And also just watching Battlefront, it was good to watch someone who wasn't ridiculously huge at the game but doesn't pay attention to what they're actually doing, or actually pays attention to their fan base.
Should I be offended by that, or what?
Nah.
I don't know if I should be offended by that or not.
Nah. What I mean when I say that is sometimes you see other big YouTubers, as an example, when they play games and they don't pay attention to their chats, they don't actually interact with their followers and stuff like that. And it's you see other big YouTubers play those type of games, and they're not necessarily very good at the game, but in regards to that, they still don't even pay attention to their chat. And with you, it was very different. You're very good at the game, you interact with your chat, and I think that's just a win-win, if that makes sense. It definitely, it was something for me, just looking as a subscriber back then. It was definitely something that really inspired me to kind of what, I actually want to stick around, continue watching, and potentially try to get into this community, because you were going really well and you still are. So I think it was just pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it was mostly because you were new, so you don't know what it was like back in Battlefront. Because I started because obviously everyone knows, a lot of people now know that this is my second channel. My first channel, screw YouTube, I'm gonna say it. They might take this down, but who cares? But I started my old channel back on Battlefront 1, and I've gone through 3 name changes, 2 channels, and I wasn't the only one who got affected by YouTube. It was definitely a lot more, and there was a point where I was just gonna stop doing YouTube in general, but then I was I enjoy doing it. It's a lot of fun. It's and the point that, going back to what you were saying about the big YouTubers not reacting to the chat, or listening to the chat, it's that's the reason you stream, is because of the chat. Otherwise you may as well just be playing by yourself. Your chat's your fan base. I
agree entirely.
You have a duty to not so much entertain them. Well, yeah, entertain them, yes, but you have a duty to at least acknowledge them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Because I've always said a YouTuber isn't a YouTuber without his fans, and I'll continue to say so for the rest of my life.
I completely agree. No, I know that you've definitely you've started growing a lot more as well. you know, you got to 5. I know it probably took you a while to get to 500, but now you know just shot up. You're almost at 1K now. I definitely think that you're very excited to get to that big 1K mark.
I am indeed. Like, it's been a crazy ride of like just seeing the growth of like how the channel has like kind of like started off, because I remember when I first started like doing YouTube, I didn't really know like much about YouTube. I didn't know much about like, you know, thumbnails and like hashtags and like editing and all that type of stuff that
I'm just gonna
other
just
YouTubers put in.
just gonna say now, I still don't know what it means. I still don't know what all that stuff means. So I've only just recently started putting hashtags and like, you know, tags in my videos, so don't worry about all that.
Oh, okay.
But no, going back to Battlefront 2, I know it probably shocked a lot of people, like, you know, when it ended, because it ended so abruptly. Like, we thought we were going to get, you know, at least another year's worth of content. You know, there was a lot of, I think you agree as well. Like, I know you started the game pretty late, but, or like started the YouTube community pretty late, but, you know, a lot of us were, you know, hoping for at least, you know, Ahsoka or, you know, the Clone Wars, a few more Clone Wars things, because, you know, that's what brought a lot of people back to Battlefront 2. And I think it was just, you know, it was just a due course that's what was going to come out next. But then, of course, you know, COVID happened, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And, you know, everyone thought, you know, well, yeah, okay, it's going to slow down. It's going to slow down. Maybe, you know, when it leaves up a bit, you know, in a couple of months, we might get some more. But no, like Dennis said, like, our vision is complete. I honestly don't think it's complete. Like, I still think the game had a lot of potential. Well, that's just what I think anyway. I don't know what you think.
No, I agree entirely. I can't like explain to you how good it felt back then when you would wake up and you're like, oh my gosh, today's the day that we're gonna get back an update. You put your PlayStation, your Xbox, your PC, whatever platform you're on, you put it on, you see that update just come through and you're like, okay, cool, you know, the game's updating, and then just that hype feeling of like, you know, I can finally see what's new in the update.
It felt like Christmas, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It actually did, you know?
Every month felt like Christmas, and it was just the best feeling, like, oh my god, I get to stream, like, oh, because I think I only started doing my hype streams, like, in December, like, with the, was it the Rise of Skywalker update, but, you know, they're a lot of fun, like, you know, even just, like, you know, sitting in the menus, or, you know, just, like, seeing how many people are hyped up for the same thing you are. I think it's just, you know, it's a great feeling, like that. I think there's nothing better.
Definitely. Like Star Wars as a whole, it's a big franchise. You know, there's a lot of people out there, whether you're old, you're in your teens, you're a kid, you know, whatever. There's a lot of people out there in the world who love Star Wars, and Star Wars Battlefront 2 is the only multiplayer game for Star Wars that we can play at the moment. Obviously, there's Squadrons coming, so, you know, Squadrons is going to be up there as well. But at the very moment, at least, Battlefront 2 is the only game out there, you know, Star Wars related, that you can, you know, play multiplayer-wise and have a good time playing. That's, you know, newly updated in the sense of, like, you know, in this like 21st century roughly. You know, Battlefront 2 is like, it holds a dear spot, I would say, in a lot of people's heart, because, you know, it's the first game potentially a lot of people might have picked up, and these people picked up this game due to their friends, due to streamers, due to like seeing videos, all that type of things, you know, like tips and tricks, or they could have like possibly seen like kill streak videos, all that type of stuff. So it's really like shocking, honestly, to just kind of just see like how Battlefront 2 like turned out, because when the whole Scarif update, you know, there was a lot of potential, because obviously, you know, Scarif is a beautiful map. You know, everyone was like, okay, Scarif is coming, this is it, boys, you know, we're going good. You know, Battlefront 2 had a very rough start.
So many people were excited for that Scarif update as well. So many people were excited. Like, I know that's when my channel kind of exploded. You know, with the Scarif hype, and, you know, people were thinking, oh, Jin's gonna come, Krennic's gonna come, you know, from Battlefront 1, and it's like, oh no, we're gonna get an Ewok and an ISB agent.
Yeah, that completely threw me off so much. I was like, this is
and, you know, and then you hear those people who say like, oh, we got the bowling balls, we got BB-8 and BB-9E, but we can't get Jin or Krennic. It's like, yes, I can see where they're coming from, but, you know, I don't think it was honestly DICE's fault that they have to end. I think it was due to part, you know, I know people in the comment section that say, like, you know, EA blah blah blah, but I honestly think it has a lot got to do with EA. You know, I think they've, you know, it's no surprise that Battlefront 2 did not have a great start. You know, even if you guys weren't, you know, a part of Battlefront 2 at the start of the game, you know, all of us, you know, regulars, like, remember what happened. You know, this game's, you know, done a complete 180 to to where it was now, or to where it was at the start of the game, game back in 2017. But it's just an amazing ride. It's been like 2.5 years of content, like, is amazing for a game of like how badly it started, and I think a lot of people didn't think it was going to last 1 year, 6 months even. But slowly they brought it back. With the progression system, getting rid of those crates, I think were one of the best things they've ever did.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the big like controversial things back then, because I actually played Battlefront around that time as well. I just didn't make any videos and stuff like that, but I remember the whole like pay to win fiasco that that everyone talked about, with for the whole crates thing, and obviously that whole scandal thing went on, and then finally they changed it. And when they changed it, I can't tell you how many people were actually happy for that, because it's like, you're playing a Star Wars game, multiplayer game. You don't want to pay to win, you want to actually like, play with your own skill level and kind of just, advance for there and just see what you can do, just have fun. At the end of the day, it's a Star Wars game. The whole point of you, hopping onto your console or your PC, whatever, and playing Battlefront 2 is because you wanted to feel like you're in that Star Wars universe, You want to play as Luke, you want to play on the Death Star, you can do so. You want to play as Yoda, you want to play on like Camino or something, you can do so, with Battlefront 2. Compared to Battlefront 2015, you couldn't do so with like the prequel heroes and stuff like that. In Battlefront 2, you do get that option, and that's the really like cool advantage that Battlefront 2 has over Battlefront 2015. And this is why, like, I think a lot of people in general who love the Clone Wars, there's so much potential for other characters that you could have added in Battlefront 2. Ahsoka, definitely up there. Loads of people love Ahsoka. Ahsoka could have been definitely added to the game. Padme could have been added. You could have had Jango Fett. You could have had someone like Cad Bane. You had Mace Windu. You had Luminara. You had like so many other characters that could have been added to Battlefront 2. And when you look at it, it's like so much potential has just definitely been wasted. And I do agree with what you said as well earlier in regards to the whole EA and DICE thing. I strongly believe that if DICE was in full control, DICE would have continued, pushing our content and trying to like do what they can. I do think the whole shutdown has fallen to EA. That's my personal opinion as well, because I've seen how DICE carry the Battlefield franchise, and they do fairly well with it. Like they do the best that they possibly can with what they're given. So if DICE had full control of Battlefront 2, I really believe that they would have like pushed through and just given us more content and stuff like that. Because when you look at Battlefront 2 and you see BB-8 and BB-9E, don't get me wrong, they're fun to play, every now and again, they're cool, but at the same time, it's like, would you rather take BB-9E?
Why are they here?
Yeah, why are they here? Exactly. It's basically that. It's like, would you rather take BB-9E over someone like Asajj Ventress? No, you wouldn't. Would you take BB-8 over Ahsoka? No, no way you would absolutely do that. And no. It's just sad. It's just honestly sad to see Battlefront 2 fall in the state that it is now, because the state that it is now, it can be fun when you hop on, especially if you play with friends and stuff like that, and you find full lobbies. For me personally, I don't know if it's the same for you, but I struggle to find full lobbies on TA, so it's kind of hard for me to make content on Battlefront 2 when most of my hero guides are done through GA, and it's hard to do content on a game that doesn't give you full matches and stuff like that. So it's very like sad to see how like the game is like just died down. Like I just don't understand. Like honestly, like there's so much potential for Battlefront 2, and the state I in now, it's sad to see. It is sad to see.
And guys, don't get us wrong. We want to do content, we just can't anymore. We can't find anything to do, anymore.
It's literally it.
And like I think going back to like the the developers, because I remember when the game, when they decided that Dennis, I'm going to go back to what Dennis said. Their vision is complete. It's not complete, as always. Everyone, it's never going to be complete. Like Battlefront 2 could have gone for years. Like guys, there's so much content they could have added. It's ridiculous. It's one of those games that could have lasted for 10 years. And we'll get into this later.
Yeah, without a doubt.
We'll get into this later with Marvel's Avengers. Like Marvel's Avengers is what Battlefront 2 could have been.
Yes.
With the way that it's being handled, like it has no microtransactions, it has, you can buy stuff, like you can buy, with in-game, like real money, but it's only for cosmetics and modes, that kind of stuff. But the fact is that Battlefront 2 never started with that many cosmetics and stuff, so it didn't really that really wouldn't have worked. I think if they spent like another 6 months on the game and didn't release until the next year, I think it could have been a lot better. No, take my kill.
Definitely. Like, you know, back then, like, when you had to, like, as an example, if you wanted, like, the Farm Boy Luke skin, you know, they put it in events, like you had to play Ewok Hunt to get specific kills and stuff. I remember hopping onto Battlefront 2 and actually having fun playing Ewok Hunt for the first time, simply because I wanted this new skin and stuff like that. If they kept doing stuff like that, like giving us like skins here and there and saying, hey guys, you don't have to play Ewok Hunt, maybe play Supremacy, maybe get 20 kills with like the Vanguard, or as an example, you know, just kind of be like, you know, you get the skin, etc. It would make people want to play the game, and it would make people, like, you know, feel like, you know, they accomplished something when they actually got the challenge done to get the skin. Because when you look at Battlefront 2 and I compare it to Avengers has a lot of skins for their characters. Some of there is some speculation.
20 skins for one character, and it's like it could just be a shirt, but it completely changes the character. You know,
exactly.
Like it doesn't, like, you know, you have your common skins, which is like maybe a different shirt. Then you have like your epic skins or your legendary skins, which completely changes the character.
And that's where Battlefront 2 could have literally taken a note or page out of the, like, Avengers book. Obviously, I know that Avengers came out before Battlefront, so it's like, how would you know about that? But at the same time, it's like, you're a game developer, you're a company, a franchise. Your whole investment is built on making decisions in your game so that it strives, so that, you know, obviously you being a company, being Dyson, yeah, you want to make money. That's your end goal, you know? Big company like that, you need to sell these units as quickly as possible or as frequently as possible. You know, you want to make sure that, you know, you're making your money. So it's like, if you gave us the chance to get skins and stuff like that, once you're not charging something ridiculous for a skin, then it's manageable. But at the same time, the whole pay to win thing, I'm really happy that went, because that was something that really turned off a lot of players from Battlefront 2. And even to this day, I still see, you know, people on Reddit who still say, I can't believe the Battlefront 2 is like, you know, pay to win, but I guess they either do it to troll, or they've literally just been... Exactly, literally, because it's like...
EA haters are gonna hate.
Yep, that's literally it. That's literally it.
You know, and if you're listening, yes, haters gotta hate. He'll know what it means.
Right.
But yeah, like, you know, it definitely took us by surprise when Battlefront 2 finished, and like, I don't know about you, but I didn't.
That's a lot of people.
Like, there was no other, you know, there was no Star Wars games. Like, there was of course Fallen Order, but you know, that was a single player game. There really wasn't much, you know, multiplayer content, because you know you want to stream, you want to, like, you know, engage with the viewers, you know, you want to bring them into the stream as well, you know, play with them. But you know, Fallen Order, they can't really do that. Squadrons wasn't coming out until, you know, it's not coming out until now, like, you know, another 6 months down the track. So there's like a 6 month gap of, you know, what's going to happen. Like, are we just going to, you know, stop, or you know, not do any more content? Like, I don't know, what was your feelings like during that time? Like,
I think around that time period, because it's when, like, my channel kind of grew a little bit more when it was like the whole, like, when this is when like the Rey skin, this is like around the Rise of Skywalker like update, when the Rey hooded skin came out, and obviously, you know, there was a little Easter run, which was actually pretty fun, to be fair.
Yeah, I honestly wish they did a bit more of them, to be honest. I wish they did a bit more.
So do I. Like, that was actually pretty cool. I remember speaking to people on Reddit, speaking to people on, like, the Battlefront Reddit and also the Battlefront Discord, and everyone's just trying to say, like, oh, we got this step done, oh, what's the next step, and what time to get this done. And I made a video about it after I found out how to get those steps done, and that's what really blew up the channel around that part. And this, I think, was actually a really good stepping stone in, like, my YouTube career and stuff like that, because it actually helped my channel to grow. And it's like, you know, I love Star Wars, well, I'll always love it. And it's like, after seeing how Star Wars has just, like, dipped down and, like, declined in, like, player base and stuff like that, it really kind of, like, opened my eyes a little bit more and be like, okay, whoa, I can't entirely base my channel off of, like, Star Wars, because I was making the hero guides, and over time I was having fun making the hero guides. I love making the intros, I love being able to break down star cards, all those type of things, and it was fun making those videos. And you know, I got really good feedback based on the videos I was making. People said they were really helpful, they helped me to play the character a little bit better, and you know, that made me feel good. It made me feel like, you know what, I'm really doing something good with the channel. But now it's like I can't even do those things anymore, because Battlefront 2 is in such a state where a lot of the game it takes me maybe 15 to 20 minutes maybe to find a full lobby on GA. And when I find a full lobby on GA, it's either I get into a laggy match and it's like I just can't do anything properly, can't get a decent kill streak, whatever, can't record properly, and it just puts me in a bad place where it's like I didn't know where to go. So I'm quite lucky that other games have come out, such like Avengers has actually really been helping me out. Obviously Jurassic World Evolution, those type of games that I also enjoy alongside Star Wars. It definitely helped to keep the channel afloat and stuff like that. But I could imagine for you, like you being a big YouTuber and also like having like a really big fan base, you must have been like in this state of mind, like, oh, what do I do now that Battlefront 2 is like in the decline? So like, what's that been like for you? Because it's been scary for me, and I'm a small YouTuber, but compared to you, you're way big. So it's like, how was it for you, man? Like,
I was kind of honestly, I was kind of annoyed because it was around the Scarif update when my channel started to explode, and then I learned that it's ending. It's like, are you kidding me? Like. Like, are you trolling me, Dice? It's like, bloody hell! I think if the hype train kept going, if we had like, even if like even just another 3 months of updates, like I don't see like myself as a big YouTuber or anything. I just like I do it for fun. I never thought my channel would ever be like this. Especially after restarting the channel as well.
yeah.
I never thought it would ever get like this again. But it was. I don't know, honestly, sometimes we bad Battlefront 2, sometimes we hate the game because we hate it because we love it. Like, we want to see, we always want to see what's best for it. But at the end of the day, none of us would be here if it wasn't for this game. Like, I don't think there's been no other game like the Battlefront franchise that has brought so many people together, on streaming, like,
I don't want to get to the next phase.
Have based their entire lives off this game, updates, Elliot, Twisted, Sammy, all those kind of, Azatru, all the big YouTubers like Aussie Jedi, all those guys, that have a lifestyle. If it wasn't for this game, or if it wasn't for this franchise, we know where they could be. Like, we probably wouldn't know each other. Like, we've never met, of course. But I consider you my friend. I consider Paul my friend. I consider a lot of people that are in chat my friends. People who I who literally just live down the road from me, or like live 20 minutes away. I never knew them. Now it's just I've never been a part of a game like this before, like a part of a franchise like this before. And I think it's because of the Star Wars.
I thought it was a double kill for a second.
Massive fan of Star Wars. I know a lot of people also have as well. When you're in school, you got teased because you're a fan of Star Wars, and it's like, like we are what does Poe say in the last show?
That's 35. That wasn't too bad.
Spark who will light the fire that will burn the First Order down. We are the spark that will burn those bullies down.
Indeed.
But. Yeah, that was the part of that was the reason that I was started, is because we wouldn't be. I don't know where I would be right now if it wasn't for this game. Like, I definitely never thought it's starting a YouTube channel before this game out. Before this game, the reason I started my first channel is just I was playing the game. I was like I saw some people started the stream, was like, oh, it could be fun. 3 years, 4 years down the track, it's like, whoa, okay, hi, how you guys all doing today? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. It's like, I just never thought it could ever get like this. It's like, it's a bit emotional,
Yeah, it is. I agree entirely, like, with everything that you said, because I think that's like that's like one of the really good things about it. Because like going back, one of the things that you mentioned as well, talking about like how we wouldn't have met each other, which is actually very, very true. Because when you look at like some of the games that each YouTuber plays, that that you're associated to be really good friends and etc. Like as an example, for me and you, we have a passion and love for Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, whichever one you want to go for. So there's that maybe 20% chance that if we were doing a Jurassic stream or vice versa, we may have actually met each other. But at the same time, Battlefront 2 is literally the game that brought like all of us together. And I think going back on what you said as well, like it's like a love-hate type of thing, because it's like, you hate the game because it's like, oh man, like, they could have added this, they could have done this, they could have done that.
It's because we love the game.
Hating it. Yeah, that's it. That is literally it. You know, you're saying these things, but you don't necessarily mean it in a negative way. You're just saying that because you just wanted to see the game do well, because it's like going back on what you said as well, like, you know, being a Star Wars fan and everything like that. Some people actually get, you know, bullied for that type of stuff because it's like, oh, you're a Star Wars fan, yada yada yada, you know. But at the same time, it's like, you know, if you love something, if you have a passion for something, whether it be a franchise, a movie, a animated character, whatever, you know, that's your passion. At the end of the day, you know, you stand for what you know, what you like and everything like that. So when it comes to Star Wars, I'll always have a passion for it. Always have a passion for it, whether it be games or it's like TV shows, all that type of stuff. But Battlefront 2, it definitely like holds a special place in my heart. And like you mentioned earlier, it's not that we don't want to, like, you know, do Battlefront 2 anymore. It's just that we can't necessarily do it because there's nothing to do, because, you know, we have dead lobbies, and it's like, if you're doing a stream, you don't want to sit in the menu for like 20 to 25 minutes and just be searching for a game, and obviously people are watching. It's pretty cool to just, you know, just chill out for every now and again and just talk to your fans and everything, you know, see how everyone's doing, you know, exactly. But at the same time, someone comes to the stream, you want them to see gameplay, you know.
That's what you're there for at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you're there to, like, you know, entertain people, and, you know, like I said before, like, you know, entertain people, and, you know, they're there to watch Battlefront 2, you know.
Mm-hmm. It's very, very true.
All right, quick question. Will there be a Battlefront 3?
Go for it.
All right, guys, next question.
I would honestly love if there was a Battlefront 3, and I've always said this every single time. For me personally, if there was ever to be announced like a Battlefront 3, I'd love to see everything come from Battlefront 2015 and Battlefront 2017. When I say Battlefront 2015, I'm talking about weapons, because we all know Battlefront 2015 had ridiculous amounts of weapons compared to Battlefront 2017, or Battlefront 2, I'll just call it Battlefront 2, whatever. But in Battlefront 2015, you had so many weapons. If you bring that over to Battlefront 3, perfect. Now look at Battlefront 2. Heroes, villains, enforcements, you know, skins, all that type of stuff. You can literally bring all of that over into Battlefront 3. Oh, what else are we gonna add to Battlefront 3? You can add all of the other things you didn't add to Battlefront 2. Tanks, you could be adding ships, you could be adding more skins, more weapons. You could be adding maybe new mechanics for like lightsaber combat. I'm a big fan of lightsaber combat. Parrying in the game, some people know how to do it, some people don't. It's not necessarily meant to be in the game, and I've said this every single time. Parrying is a bug, you know, it's not meant to be in the game. But at the same time, we still use it as a way to kind of, like, you know, face off against other saber wielders, whatever. You know, everyone's got their play style of how they play. Some people prefer blaster heroes, some people prefer saber wielders and stuff like that. So if you remove that as an example and then imported all of these characters as an example, like Aiden, we didn't know anything about Inferno Squad. Inferno Squad you could have like a crazy like backstory of Inferno Squad into Battlefront 3. I think that'd be like so cool, because obviously we all know how the Battlefront 2 campaign went with, you know, Aiden defecting and going to the rebels, etc. So if there was a Battlefront 3, I would love to see like so many of those things like being added. But at the same time, it's like, can we get to Battlefront 3 at this point?
It's a bit more like a Battlefront Ultimate Edition, like, you know, like not per se a Battlefront 3, but, you know, just everything that was in. And I don't think, honestly, many people would mind if it was like, if it was everything was imported from the last two games. I honestly don't think people would mind if it was like, it's a new Battlefront game, like, who cares, you know?
Yeah, entirely. Because it could fix all of the things. I don't know if you probably have the same issues as well when you stream also, but like, you know, when you play sometimes and you get like those laggy matches, and like, you know, it's kind of hard to like play properly because it's like, you know, you're in a laggy match or laggy lobby, whatever, and you know, it's just hard to, you know, you're also streaming. People, like you mentioned, people are here to see the gameplay as well, so you want to play as good as you possibly can, but at the same time, it's like you can't necessarily do that to the fullest potential because you're in laggy lobbies. If you have Battlefront 3, then I would assume that the lobbies would be much better, and you know, it could make for some really like better streams in regards of like, you know, having non-laggy lobbies, because you know, you can just play smoothly, and then however you play, you know, you just play that way. So
no, yeah,
I don't know.
I definitely agree. Like, you can't see me now, but I'm nodding my head. But